Welcome to the Structural Analysis 2 video lecture. In this video, a topic from Unit 1, that is Introduction to Two-Hinged Arches, will be studied. So coming to the introduction to arches, the first thing we have to know is the definition of an arch. An arch is defined as a two-dimensional structure element which is curved in elevation and supported at ends by rigid or hinge supports which are capable of developing the desired thrust to resist the loads. So here in this figure, the figure is called as an arch. Here we have one end and here we have one more end. So by using two ends, those are also called as springings in the terminology of arch. So by using any two springings, if a curved structural element is built, then that is called as an arch which can resist the loads. A beam also does the same thing, but what is the difference between a beam and arch is the beam will generate more number of moments when compared to arches. So that is the reason arches are built where there is a chance of more number of moments generated. Coming to the types of arches, depending on the material used, the arches are classified, and also depending on the necessity, the arches are classified. But here structurally the arches can be classified as two-hinged arch, three-hinged arch, and also fixed arch. In the figure we know what is two-hinged arch. Here this is a springing and this is also a springing. So there are only two hinges for an arch construction. So that is the reason we are calling it as a two-hinged arches. Here we have one, here we have one hinge, two hinge, and also three hinge. So this is the reason we are calling it as three-hinged arches. So this is this is called as a fixed arch, that is there is no hinge for this arch. So that is the reason they are calling it as a fixed arch. Here this at this end it is fixed and also at this end it is fixed. Like a fixed beam, there is no chance of rotation here, whereas for hinged arches there is a chance of rotation. Next, coming to a brief description of the two hinged arches, there are some salient points which are to be studied when regarding the arches before entering the problems. So the first point is there are hinges at each of the springings. There are hinges at each of the springings. Springings are nothing but the end points. So at both end points there are hinges. So for generally any type of structure, a single element is having only two ends. So for that reason only two hinges are present. So that is the reason it is called as a two-hinged arches. So this type of arch is statically indeterminate. So what is the reason for statically indeterminate? So when there are if you look at the figure here, this is a simply supported or a hinge support. This is also a hinge support. So generally we have only four reactions. We have this is here we have 1 2, and also here we have 1 2, and here we have 1 2. So there are four reactions for a hinge beam or for a hinge support. So the number of equilibrium equations are only 3. So when we subtract the number of equations here, 4 minus 3, we will be getting 1. So the degree of static indeterminacy is only 1 for two-hinged arches. So what to do when there is a degree of indeterminacy for any type of indeterminate structure? There is a specified method to solve the problems. That is the reason this two-hinged arches topic is covered in structural analysis 2, because most of the problems or most of the methods here we are using the subject is purely related to indeterminate structures only, unlike in structural analysis 1. Regarding three hinged arches, a hinge is provided usually at the crown of the arch. What is the crown? This is nothing but the crown. This is the highest point of the arch is called as crown. Besides the two hinges provided at the springings in a three hinged arch. That is, so other than 1, 2, 3. So other than 1, 2, there is a new hinge that is provided at the crown. A new hinge is provided at the crown, that is the third hinge. So that is the reason we are calling it as a three hinged arch. A three hinged arch is a statically determinate structure. Next, coming to fixed arches, the arch springings are fixed or clamped. That means, if you see the figure here, A and B, both at A and B, you can see this is a fixed support. That is the reason it is called as a fixed arches. The arch is statically indeterminate to the third degree, because at A we have three reactions, and also at B we have three reactions. So we have only three equilibrium equations. So reactions at A plus B, that is equal to 6. It will become 6. A plus B will become 6, and 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. So it is statically indeterminate to the third degree. That is, the degree of static indeterminacy for a fixed arch is 3. So these arches are also called as hingeless arches, because there is no hinge in the fixed arches. Next, coming to the comparison between two hinged and three hinged arches. Already we have studied just now. This is an important question to be asked in the short questions for BTech students. So I'll be having a small glance on this. Two hinged arches are hinged at the supports. Three hinged arches are hinged at the supports and also at crown. The second point is, two hinged arches are statically indeterminate, as discussed earlier, and three hinged arches are statically determinate. This is most important point. This is the most important comparison. The reactions are determined by flexibility method. So coming to the third point here, because the two hinged arches are statically indeterminate, the reactions are determined by the flexibility method, right? Next, coming to the reactions are determined by static equilibrium equations only. By using only three equilibrium equations, the reactions are determined. And coming to the fourth point, this is most efficient arch which is built. Most efficient arch, these are usually built in bridge constructions. And coming to three hinged arches, even though it is statically determinate, it is less efficient, and also it is used in large roof buildings. So coming structurally, any type of structure may be statically determinate. That means it may not be stable. Even though it is statically indeterminate, it may be stable. That point is to be noted. Depending on the design criteria, the structures are stable, whether they are determinate or indeterminate. Next, we have a few examples of arches in constructions here. We can see a two hinged arch, how it is being constructed for a bridge. Here we have one hinge, again here we have one more hinge, no other hinges at any of the points in a arch. So this might be a typical road or railway track construction across any river or any valley. So this blue figure is called as an arch. Mainly it is two hinged arch which is hinged to the abutments. Abutments are nothing but these two pillars. Pillars is a small word, abutments is the similar word which is used for bridge constructions. And next here we have, so students will be confused when they are learning about any type of structures. Are they having is there any type of structure which is built in India like this? Here we have Mahatma Gandhi Setu Bridge in Bihar. Here you can see, here you can see an arch here, from here till here, and again from here till here again. It goes on like this. This is one of the longest bridges in India. So what is the reason for constructing an arch like this? What is the reason for constructing an arch like this? Instead of, they can go a very big beam or a girder instead of arches. So the reason for building an arch is, if a same in the same span, so for example, let this be a 10-meter span between these two abutments, suppose. So what happens if we build a beam? Number of movement, the movement that beam develops will be more, and if we build an arch here, the number of movements developed will be less when compared to a beam. Fine. That is the reason building arches for very long structures. Next, coming to one more example. This is the world's highest railway arch bridge in Jammu and Kashmir over the river Chenab. This is yet to construct. Still planning. Still they are planning. This is yet to construct. This is haven't constructed. Just you can imagine, for a span of 1.3 kilometer, for a span of 1.3 kilometer, a 467 meters of this valley, for a span of 1.3 kilometers, an arch construction is going to be built in near future. That is in India. Right? That's all about the introduction to the two-hinged arches, in which few topics are covered. And in the next video, let us have a small problems by introduction of the theorems. Thank you for watching the video.